Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back to Corporate Cousin. If you're watching this and you haven't seen part one, or maybe I'll link it up there somewhere. If you haven't seen the first part of this video, which is about knowing your values to help map your career, then you don't want to watch this one yet. So what I need you to do is open another tab, just right above my head in your browser, open a new tab, go watch that one, pause me, I'll be here, and then come back, all right? Now, if you have already watched the last video to this 4-part series, then hey, welcome back to Corporate Cousin. My name is Taylor, and this channel is dedicated to helping melanated millennials navigate corporate spaces. This video is going to focus on knowing thy strengths and what that means as you map your career journey. So I mentioned in the first part of this video that I contributed a career guide to a student care package that the GARDHOUSE nonprofit based in North Carolina created during this time of uncertainty to help all those students who are now experiencing remote learning, as most universities and colleges have closed. This whole first half of the pyramid is about knowing yourself in general, right? So the last video we focused on knowing your values and why that's really important to your career, because no matter what you do, no matter what role you take, whether you're starting at the bottom or you here, wherever, if what you're doing is mapped to your values, then the way you feel about the work is really going to be different than if you're just out here wilding in these streets, not knowing why you're doing what you're doing and like struggling, right? So the second part to knowing your values and really just knowing who you are is knowing what you're good at. What are your strengths and how do you figure those out? And why do you need to actually know what your strengths are? Well, for one, nobody wants you out here trying to mine gold if you don't even have strong arms. I just finished the thumbnail for this video and I was trying to flex my muscle, which you'll see if you've seen it. It's not there. What do I look like out here trying to mine for gold? People will be like, ma'am, first of all, time out. I don't even know if you really need muscles to mine for gold. Is there a tool for this? I could totally be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, my bad. But anyway, the example aside, the point of the message is, if you're working on something that you're not naturally inclined to, at least a little bit, then chances are you're probably not that good at it. And yes, you can work to get good at things that you're not currently good at. And I am totally a believer of the growth mindset. If you haven't heard of it, it's a great book theory. What I'm saying to you is, aside from growing at things that you're mediocre at, why would you want to spend your whole career and your whole life doing that? If it's not something that you really value and enjoy and that you're gifted at in some way, right? Because cousins are destined, which means you have some strengths at something and you need to tap into what those are so that the rest of your career can be aligned and that you can grow in those because that's where you're gifted, right? So, how will I know if he really loves me? How do I know? How do you know what your strengths are? Let me tell you. So in the guide, which I've linked already in the description for this video, I asked some questions like, what are you praised for? What do you lose track of time doing? What are things you just generally feel gifted at doing? Those are usually good indicators of your strengths. Now, if you can't answer those questions or you feel like, girl, I don't know, what you mean? What am I gifted at? Okay, respect. If this question is sounding real out of left field and you do not know how you're actually supposed to figure out what these strengths are that you have, don't worry. There are a whole lot of tests out there that go through how you can determine your personality type and how the personality type that you have fits into what you're naturally good at. And I think there are some probably really trash ones out there and some that are good but still overrated, and then there are some that are really great and free. And so I will link the free ones that I have done down below that I thought were helpful, and then also some of the paid ones in case you happen to work for some place that will pay for you to take these types of tests, or if you just got bread and you're trying to know thy strengths for real and you committed, then great. I will link them below, and then y'all in the comments down below, just let me know which ones you've done. Let me know if you think these are stupid and you hate them all. I will say I'm a bit cynical. I don't love the idea of taking a test to tell me who I am, but I do think that some of them are very useful. So caveat for all these tests, they're mostly soft skill related and personality type geared, because if you are a very data driven person, then your strengths are probably around like analytical thinking and strategic thought partnership, or, you know, building dashboards and data scientist stuff. Maybe that's where you're gifted at. So the way that these tests work is they really break out your personality preferences and then from there give you strengths, and those strengths usually tie into certain career types or career journeys that you should consider. I'm not advocating for those tests that ask you 5 questions and then they expect you to be a plumber or a librarian or a doctor because they asked you 5 questions. The tests will give you guidance, but they will not spit out a career for you. Okay, so feel free to take them and don't think I'm out here trying to like design your life. No, you're gonna design your life. I'm just trying to give some tools and tips to help you figure out what you want. Because like I said, you could be starting from unpaid intern, remote, no perks, no nothing. But if you're feeding into your strengths and you're doing something that aligns with your gifts and your passions, then you're going to enjoy it more than if you start out making all this money doing something that is actually not at all aligned to any of this stuff. So please, please, please do not skip the steps. Do not go straight into, all right, I'm gonna just network. You're still gonna have to come back to your values, your strengths, if you actually want to take that somewhere. So the takeaway from this video is for you to go ahead and figure out what your strengths are, know thy strengths, and then once you know them, we are going to use them to actually guide the career path and the career journey that you take. But it's very important that you know your strengths and that you know your values before you get to the third step, which will be video number, you guessed it, 3, that focuses on building your network. So I hope this was helpful. Please comment below and let me know if you have done a values or strengths finding exercise that you thought was helpful. I want us all to pull our resources together. I want what you know and what I know and what they know and what he know and what she know. I want all the knowing to be shared so we can continue building our knowledge in this community and in this family. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you are not already subscribed to this channel. I've got some goals and I haven't really been saying them out loud. I probably should do that. But yeah, I'm really hopeful that these videos have been helpful and that we can grow this community together. Hope you're staying safe out there, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.